Hi everybody, my name is Nicole. I am with Michigan Humane Berman Center for Animal Care in Westland. Today I am joined by a couple animals and a new special host that you'll meet a little later. But right now we're going to introduce you to Anne Bonny. Anne Bonny actually had quite a journey with us at Michigan Humane. She was found as a stray at our Detroit location, and when she was brought in, she was under a month old. And she didn't have any siblings that came in with her, but she did come in with her mom. When she came in, she had a really bad upper respiratory infection, and so nursing is really hard for cats when they are that young with an upper respiratory infection. Reason being, cats rely on their sense of smell strongly to induce an appetite. So when there's congestion involved with an upper respiratory infection, it's really hard for them to want to eat and even find the food and know what they're supposed to do, even when they're nursing. So Anne Bonny had quite the struggle. Luckily, she got over that and was able to go to a foster home, and that foster home wanted to have care at the Berman Center in Westland, just because she lived closer, and so that's how we ended up with her here. So Anne Bonny has a couple special things going on with her. The first thing that you probably already noticed is that she's missing an eye. And that was surgically removed by one of our veterinarians at our Westland location. The reason why we had to remove it is because when she came in, she actually had, well, her eye was ruptured more or less. And so we don't know what caused that because she came in that way. However, what most likely happened was an old injury that got infected, and therefore the eye just ruptured and the tissue was not salvageable. So we removed it because that was best for her health, and she does great with one eye, and I think it adds to her cuteness personally, so I mean, we're doing great. And then, so she did suffer an infection after the surgery, which can happen. It's not uncommon, and there's no particular reason, but she went through antibiotics, and now her eye removal site anyway is completely healed and not causing her any issues whatsoever. So the other thing about Anne Bonny that you can't see is that she is FELV positive. So FELV stands for feline leukemia virus. With FELV, unfortunately, it does reduce a cat's lifespan. However, Anne Bonny is doing great right now. What FELV does is weaken the immune system, and so it's harder for these cats to fight off infections and just everyday things that they encounter with aging, etc. And so even though it does reduce her life expectancy, she is going to live a perfectly healthy life. She just should have more vet visits than your average cat. For example, an annual vet check to start, and then talk to your veterinarian about how often they would like to see her as she ages. And that'll be really important because they're probably going to want to check blood work frequently and everything to make sure that her levels are healthy before there's an issue that arises. And so as long as it's monitored well and everything, she will live a very happy life with you. Now, the way FELV is transmitted is through blood or saliva, or when kittens are born from a mom that is infected with FELV, and they get it from nursing. So with that, Anne Bonny should be the only cat in the home, unless you already have a cat in the home that is positive with FELV as well. So with Anne Bonny, the perfect home for her would be anything, just about. So because of the FELV, as previously stated, she has to be the only cat in the home unless the other cats in the home are infected with FELV. However, FELV is only effective to cats, so she can be around dogs. It's not going to affect your family members or anything like that. So she's very playful, very social, so she will enjoy just about any type of home where she is the center of attention. So I got a quick question for you. Does Anne Bonny look familiar to you? If the answer is yes, there's a good reason for that. Anne Bonny actually went viral on TikTok when one of our staff members posted her on our Michigan Humane TikTok page, and she, like I said, went completely viral, and she is really, really cute.
Give me a second,
Hello, my name is Tara. I'm from Michigan Humane's Berman Center in Westland, Michigan, and today I'm here with my friend Mighty Joe. Mighty Joe is a 9-year-old American Pit Bull Terrier mix. He is a neutered male and is looking for his forever home. Mighty Joe was found as a stray. A Good Samaritan found him walking around the streets in Redford, Michigan, and was kind enough to bring him in to us. Our medical team, when he initially came in, did a physical examination of him and found a small cancerous tumor on his body. Our wonderful veterinary staff was successfully able to remove the tumor and all cancer cells with it. But it would be up to you, his adopter, to keep an eye on his incision site and keep a lookout for any possible future growths. He is an older guy, so he is developing arthritis in his hind limbs. However, that doesn't stop him from playing and being an active boy. He does really well in most homes. He is good with kids, but he would prefer to be the only dog in the home. He didn't seem to really show much interest playing with other animals. Mighty Joe is a very sweet and cuddly boy. He loves hanging out with his people and meeting new friends anytime he can. He is very vocal. He'll definitely let you know when he wants something or when he's looking for attention, which is really cute. He's a goofy dog. He's very goofy. Mighty Joe does suffer from mild arthritis right now in his hind limbs, but it definitely is not stopping him from being an active and happy dog. It is important for his adopter, his future adopter, to keep an eye on it and take him to annual veterinary visits and keep him up to date on all of his vitamins. Mighty Joe is a senior dog. He is 9 years old, and even though he is still very active and full of life, it's important to know what his physical limits are and when he needs to rest and relax.
If you were interested in adopting any of the animals that we had featured or any animal from Michigan Humane, your first step would either to be come to the building to see who we have available for adoption, or you can visit our website, michiganhumane.org, where all of our adoptable animals are listed. Next, you would want to come to the facility to meet with them, of course. So right now for COVID guidelines, we ask everybody that once you arrive to our parking lot, you will see a sign with a phone number to call. You'll call that number and we will take you down to put you in line. And when we have an adoption counselor available and space available in the building, we will have you come in and you can take a look at all of our animals. And then our adoption counselors will be available to help you meet with them in a personal acquaintance room so that you can get to know them a bit better. Once you decide to adopt an animal, we will do the paperwork right then and there. And all of our animals, including Anne Bonnie and Mighty Joe, will go home the same day.